So here's his door out of his garage. He wants to replace this thing. Look at the frame. This thing is rotten, split, termite infested. The stucco molding is trash. The threshold is no good. So he needs a pre-hung door. He needs a door and a frame. The problem is the door that he wants is a special order, which means it's going to cost more money and it's going to take more time. So we're going to buy the door separately, and I'm going to show you how to make the frame, thus making your own pre-hung door. Going to start by removing the casing very carefully because we're going to want to reuse that. Then we will cut the frame into pieces and get the whole space cleared out, demoed, ready to accept the new frame. When you're measuring the depth of the jamb, you don't include the interior or the exterior casing. The depth of the jamb goes here from my pinky finger to my index finger. Now a standard size is 4.5 inches. Here's a new piece of jamb stock that's 4.5 inches. But their old frame was actually 3.5 inches. So we're going to take our new jamb stock and rip it down to size. And whenever you have to do this, you want to rip the outside of the jamb, not the inside, because the inside has to fit the door. Your jamb has 3 pieces, the top jamb and the 2 side legs. Whatever the width of your door is, the top jamb should be a 1/4 inch wider than that. We have a 32-inch wide door, so our top jamb is going to be 32.25 inches. You see, that gives us a 32.25 inch opening once it's assembled. For the length of the jamb, you see I have 81.75 inches of space. So I'm going to cut the jamb legs at about 81.25 because I want, a 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch of space up on the top. I like to mortise the hinges before I build the frame. So let's look at the door. We want to try to center the hinge on the door as best we can for best screw placement. So if we've got about a 1/4 inch space between the hinge and the edge of the door there on the left, I put this piece of tape, that's going to be the edge of the door, and that should match the edge of our jamb. So if I put that piece of tape on the edge of the jamb, that's where I want to position the hinge. And from top to bottom, I mark the hinges at 7 inches from the top, 36 inches from the top, and 65 inches from the top. That's just a rule of thumb. So once I've mortised the hinges, then I pre-drill the sides of the jamb and screw them together using 2-inch screws, and that's fine. Now I set my jamb in place. I want to make sure it's flush against the inside wall. Whichever side the hinges are on, that should be flush with the wall. And I want to try to get it centered as much as possible because that's going to make the outside trim look best. Now I put my carpenter square against the hinge side, push it up against the top jamb, and make sure it's going to be square or that I can get it square. I should have enough wiggle room to move this jamb up and down to get it square if I have to. Before I attach anything, I want to make sure it's centered in the opening as best I can because I'm going to be using this very thin stucco molding. It's going to go on the right side and the left side, and I want those spaces to be even. So once I have it centered, I start on the hinge side, I get the hinge side plumb, and put in my 3-inch screws right through the jamb, right where the weather stripping is going to go, so those screws will be hidden. Once that's done, then I work on the strike side and I raise it up a little bit or lower it down, whatever I have to do to get the frame square. Once it's square, then I start attaching screws on the strike side, taking measurements, making sure my opening stays a perfect 32.25 inches. With that done, I can add a threshold, cut the door to the proper length, get it hung. I add my stucco molding, and you just made your own pre-hung door and saved a lot of money and time.